wasn't sure whether it was a launch or the launch of the whole thing. It's great to see so many people here. Thank you all. I qualify for this role because I'm about the oldest in the whole room. And I'll be 84 in a month. Thank you all. Naturally, it's a source of great joy to all of us when there's so much activity in a community that we're getting revived, challenged, and encouraged by one another. Thank you for planning now in a new way, and thank you for all the, there's so much work that has been done in not just in the field down there, but in the whole Gaelic Athletic Association's presence being celebrated in our community. So thank you all for inviting us here. And then I should have gone back to Naomh, but I decided that this is where I should be. So we pray. Maybe we stand and pray for a moment. And we've just celebrated the resurrection. And in the background are wonderful people whose faith made progress possible. In Mhór football club, and in society in general. Our thinking and our participation has increased, blessed all the time. Tonight we ask for a blessing in a special way for you who are drawing our attention to the need to celebrate, work together, reach out to those whose illness is causing a lot of concern and a lot of anxiety. And in this week or this time when we just celebrate Declan and Jimmy, and I don't need to tell you who we're talking about, we ask that the Lord will be with us and that we can celebrate and be guided as we want to renew our commitment to the life of the community, to the Irishness of that community, and for the blessing of all, especially who are most anxious and overloaded with issues at this time. Lord, send your Spirit on us. And at this time, we're asked frequently to celebrate the woman who was the mother of Jesus, who was an extraordinary person, and who's challenging for us today and in the years to come. Thank you all for asking me to lead you in prayer. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Please be seated.
Thank you very much, Mickey. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry I briefed Michael, but I didn't tell him about the football hurling combined efforts, so I just wanted to make that clear.
Francie, thank you very much. Beautiful, Father Mickey. Thanks very much again. So, folks, you're all very welcome. Great to see such a great turnout, and good evening, Father Mickey, and everyone here tonight.
On behalf of Carrickmore GFC, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you all here this evening. I would like to say how much of an honour as chairman of this great club, as it is indeed a privilege to be presenting the Spirit of Carmen project to you all. We'd like to thank everyone involved, the writers, the singers, the musicians, the sound recorders. We'd also like to thank Fr Peter Kerr for inviting us to be involved in this fantastic project and for presenting the CD to the club. This is a unique concept and it is a great celebration of our club and our community's sporting and cultural history. We also like to thank Fr Peter's nephew, Ollie, for assisting in this project and liaising with the club. On a final note, I'd just like to acknowledge the recent bereavements of our friend Declan Quinn and Jimmy Fox and their families. We'll keep them in our thoughts tonight. I know there'll be a tough few days ahead. God may my good.
So, thank you, Paddy. Good evening, Father Mickey, and ladies and gentlemen. We are delighted to be able to welcome you to the launch of the Spirit of Carmen CD and concert. I'm delighted you all could join us here tonight. As Paddy has mentioned, we'd like to thank Uncle Fr Peter for coming up with the idea of the CD and assembling it. He approached me some time ago to assist him. Fr Peter would love to have been here himself tonight to welcome you all, but he has been poorly and through a tough time of late. He is making a steady recovery, but unfortunately is not able to be here tonight. He wants me to pass on his thanks to you all for coming out tonight and supporting the Spirit of Carmen project. In Fr Peter's absence, he has asked me to step in on his behalf to outline the history and the context of this project, to introduce the musicians, the singers, the songwriters and the songs to you and give you a bit of an insight into how we got to this point. The Spirit of Carmen project brings together a group of local talented songwriters, musicians and singers to bring to life previously published works from the Carraig Mhór tradition, volumes 1 and 2. In addition, other contemporary pieces have been added, resulting in an inclusive and diverse celebration of our parish sporting and cultural history. Fr Peter and myself would like to sincerely thank all those who have contributed to the CD, who have so kindly and freely given of their time and talents to bring this celebratory community project together. In particular, we would like to thank the football club for agreeing to sponsor the CD, Matt McGlynn, who brought his years of professional expertise to the project by producing the CD, and also his incredibly supportive guidance and help throughout. Despite his years of experience, he has been nothing but humble and a real gentleman. We would also like to thank all the musicians, singers and songwriters who we will speak about later on. We would like to thank Eamon Rafferty for the CD booklet design, for the many, many hours he spent bringing it to completion. To Maurice McPhillips for all his hard work in the organisation of tonight and the promotion of the CD and concert. To Martin Gallagher, Cormac McAleer, Conan McAleer and Aidan Bagley for their super photographs, imagery, which appears in the CD booklet. And last but not least, the Friendly Care Group, who have kindly let us use an image of their beautiful tapestry, which they had created in 2008 at the Termon Town Lands. This appears on the cover of our CD and on all our promotional materials. To set context, and as he is not able to be here himself, Pete is now going to take a moment to read out Uncle Fr Peter's prologue, which appears in the CD booklet. It summarises well the spirit of this project.
Thanks, Naomh. It's my privilege as an initiative man to be reading the prologue for this CD, which was written by Fr Peter Kerr. The Spirit of Carmen.
When the Carrickmore tradition, St Colmcille's GFC History Volume 1 and 2 were being compiled some 40 and 20 years ago respectively, it was decided to include a few poems about events and personalities. In all, there were 9 poems or monologues written, and previously unpublished poems by Joseph McGarty were added to the list. As time passed, it was felt that many of the poems could be adapted, turned into ballads, sung with suitable airs, and possibly recorded on disc. 6 years ago, this process was begun, and with some unavoidable interruptions, a group of local musicians and singers were assembled with a view to recording these pieces in song, music, and recitation. To the original 10 poems published in the Carrickmore tradition, 6 more were added, recording contemporary events, and as a result, the disc contains 14 songs and 2 monologues. We acknowledge and thank all those involved in assembling the CD, especially the writers, musicians, and singers who have entered wholeheartedly into the spirit of this project and who have given freely of their time and talents. There are 16 artists recorded who are named when they are recording their piece. But there are a number of musicians who have played a vital part in preparing each song and in backing the singers in their recordings, whom we thank and mention by name. Seamus Ward, Tony McElduff, Maeve McElduff, Connell Ward, Eamon McCann, Paddy Canavan, and Michael McGurk. Michael Kerr, Saoirse Donaghy, along with guests Eamon McElhone, Oma, and Peter McKenna, Mhór. Special thanks again to Matt McGlynn in preparing and directing each piece and for hosting the group in his recording studio in Oma. His professionalism and expertise was invaluable in assembling this CD. Thanks to Carrickmore and Colmcille for sponsoring the CD and for their encouragement and support.
Thanks, Pete. So, I'd just like to take a moment to read out the final sentence in the prologue. We dedicate this collection to the memory of those who have imbued us with their spirit and rest in the fields of glory. For me personally, this sentiment encapsulates the essence of the Spirit of Carmen project. We have all lost loved ones, and they are all in our thoughts tonight as we listen to the music and lyrics and celebrate our parish of Carmen McGurk. Finally, I'd like to pass on our condolences to the Quinn family on the recent passing of our hero Declan Quinn, who was invited to attend tonight's event. May he rest in peace. I'd like to call on Father Mickey Martin to read a verse of the 3 in a Row song, which pays tribute to Declan.
Brave Divnas lived to fight again. They returned the very next year. And before they left the field, they shed a salty tear. For Carmen carried from the pitch the lad they couldn't pin. He's a resident of the village, and his name is Declan Quinn.
Thanks very much, Father. I'd like now to hand you over to Maurice McPhillips, who will introduce our first song, Spirit of Carmen.
The Spirit of Carmen, the first song in the CD is going to be sung by Colleen Conway. The Spirit of Carmen was written by Frank O'Neill from Colmcille to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the reforming of St Colmcille's Carrickmore in 1932. Frank was a school teacher, Gaeilgeoir, poet, renowned GAA administrator, in Tyrone and Ulster, and well known in the world of arts and entertainment. It must be remembered that the 32 men were not the first Gaelic football team to represent Carrickmore. Under the patronage of St Columba, Carrickmore fielded Gaelic football teams in each of the first three decades of the 20th century, 1906, 1916 and 1923, to take part in the West Tyrone League. Even as early as 1889, a team by the name of Carrickmore Brian Boroughs was being prepared to play Gaelic football.
By Fairmont on a still April evening, the wee birds were singing of sweet Eastertide, when I heard a voice whisper a story of Ireland, a history of Carmen that never has died. For the story of Carmen is written in gold, rich and resplendent and noble and true. The story of Ireland will ever be told, and the spirit of Carmen will flourish anew. It told of bold Rory and Piers Clark McDermott, of our own Dr. Pat and his heroes of yore. It spoke in accents of Joseph McGarty, true son of Carmen and famed Carrickmore. For the story of Carmen is written in gold, rich and resplendent and noble and true. The story of Ireland will ever be told, and the spirit of Carmen will flourish anew. It sang of a people so steeped in tradition, the clash of the ash and the punt of the pen. It's Lord Shake a Cure, we stars for Teargra, we scale muncher lolly is China Magill. For the story of Carmen is written in gold, rich and resplendent and noble and true. The story of Ireland will ever be told, and the spirit of Carmen will flourish anew. It spoke of fine athletes, so dauntless and daring, renowned for their skill and their manly display, of valorous deeds and of glorious victories, and grand silver trophies brought home from the fray. For the story of Carmen is written in gold, rich and resplendent and noble and true. The story of Ireland will ever be told, and the spirit of Carmen will flourish anew. To Fairmont I'll return in the springtime, when the wee birds are singing of sweet Eastertide. By the well and the chair I'll renew my allegiance to spirit of Carmen that never has died. For the story of Carmen is written in gold, rich and resplendent and noble and true. The story of Ireland will ever be told, and the spirit of Carmen will flourish anew. And the spirit of Carmen will flourish anew.
Beautiful, Colleen. Well done. going to give us a wee brief history to the project, how it became about. It was a conversation. It was Fr Peter had this in his head. He mentioned to me back a number of years back, you know, about these songs or these poems and the volume 1 and 2, that he had got airs for them, and that he thought they'd make great songs. So he asked me could I assist him, so I said I would, do my best anyway. And first man around was Shimmy Ward, a good friend of mine, and told Shimmy the project, told him all about it, and Shimmy says, yeah, definitely, great idea, and it could be done. So Shimmy advised me to have a meeting with Tony McElduff and Maeve McElduff and himself, and meet with Fr Peter, and let's hear what Fr Peter had to say. So we done that. Fr Peter sang all the songs, and Shimmy played the music to them, theirs, and as did Tony, and Maeve recorded them. So they were very excited, and they all agreed that yeah, this could be a great project, and it would sound really good in CD. So then we decided we would gather singers from the parish, musicians, and we're going to introduce them now in a moment in the slide, just to show you, and I'll tell you a bit more about the group of artists. In the group we have 12 local artists who have all previously recorded albums of their own. With musicians and singers gathered, rehearsal soon kicked off in our house in Turley. The project continued to expand. We added other contemporary pieces, a hurling song, a handball song, a ladies football song, an Irish language song, and songs celebrating and lamenting heroic figures in our community were written and added. Thanks to all our writers who have contributed, we will name each of them individually as we introduce each of the songs. At this point now, we had our full complement of songs, singers and musicians. The project started to gather pace as we continued with the rehearsals. At this point, Eamon McCann introduced us to Matt Midlin and the recording studio in Naomh, Struil Arts, where the CD was primarily recorded. At the same time, we had also approached the football club to sponsor the project. Myself and Fr Peter met Paddy, Morris and Lawrence Kelly. Morris and Lawrence already had a feel for the project as they had sat in a number of rehearsals. They were immediately very supportive of the project and assured us the sponsorship of the CD. We moved on then to recording the CD at the Struil Arts Centre studio in Naomh. It was done over 3 days, recording lyrics and then music and adding choruses. Anyone can pre-order the CD tonight. We'll take an interval now in about 10 or 15 minutes and we'll have a cup of tea and please order the CD. This is an investment, or the club have been very generous to sponsor this, but we'll have I suppose a bit of money to clear on it, but we'll hopefully do that, you know. So the concert will be held in the Patrician Hall on the 12th of May. You can buy tickets tonight if you want to attend. Hopefully you all will. Again, I want to speak with Morris and thank Morris and the committee for all their help throughout this. We will be promoting our CD and concert after tonight's launch. The football club will be sending out links to buy the CD, concert tickets for your friends and family. We'd be really grateful if you could help to promote it coming away from the launch tonight. This CD is a real keepsake for every family in the parish. It celebrates our diverse and strong parish history. I'd just like to ask Morris now to play a short slideshow, which will tell you more about each of our talented local musicians.
Headed down south to the land of the pines, thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring at the road and pray to God I'd be headlight. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bouquet of dogwood flowers, and I'm hoping for Raleigh I can see my baby tonight. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. And rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. Running from the cold up in New England, I was born to be a fiddler in an old-time string band. My baby plays the guitar, I pick the banjo now. And North Country winners keep forgetting when I lost my money playing poker, so I had to up and leave. But I ain't turning back, living that old life no more. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. And rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. South out of Roanoke, I caught a trucker out of Philly, had a nice long toke. But he's headed west from the Cumberland Gap, Johnson City, Tennessee. I gotta get a move on, break for the sun. I hear my baby calling my name, and I know that she's the only one. If it's I or Raleigh, at least I will die free. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me. I was lost beneath the sea, and the grave of the unknown soldier, the cry of the Elban chief. Who was the man in the iron mask? Was Jack the Ripper set free? But ask them all, the West Donegal, it's still a mystery. And if I could, I'd build a wall around old Donegal, the north and south to keep them out. By God, I'd build a tall casinos, chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Three-way clubs and all-night pubs, blackjack and roulette. Mel Gibson, Bridget Nielsen, Mike Tyson having a bet. It is shown could then be known for its multi-millionaires, where Donald Trump would like a chump to live in solitaire. And if I could, I'd build a wall around old Donegal, the north and south to keep them out. By God, I'd build a tall casinos, chicken ranches, I'd legalize them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Stand on top of Argyll would give me such a thrill. We'd hear them say in Dublin, there's gold in their hills. So don't despair, 'cause if you dare, the answer lies with me. There's a wall that's deep and it's going cheap somewhere in Germany. And if I could, I'd build a wall around old Donegal, the north and south to keep them out. By God, I'd build a tall casino, chicken ranches, I'd legalise them all. We'd have our own Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal. Yeah, Las Vegas in the hills of Donegal.
Extracts from the CD to give you a taster of what's to come in the CD and at the concert. We will play a number of songs in full, but most are extracts only to give you a small preview. Morris and I will read out introductions to each songs so that you can understand the history, context and meaning of each song and appreciate the lyrics. We will then move to an interval. Following the interval, we'll ask Pete Hughes to read out the 1984 monologue. We'll then play some more CD extracts. Following that, Pete will then move on to the floor and ask a few of the musicians to speak about the CD. And finally, we'll close the CD launch with the final song. So, second song is The Pride of Mhór, sang by Lisa McCrory. The Pride of Mhór, written by Frank O'Neill Killeen to commemorate Mhór's county final victory over Derrylaughan in 1966. The last verse gives special mention to Father Mickey Martin, who set out on his mission as a Columban priest to the Philippines, the day after the county final. a mission that lasted over 50 years.
Attention please, sporting men, and listen for a while. I'll sing to you the praises of the sons of Carmen soil, who in the year of 66 their colours proudly wore, and brought the crown of green Tyrone to the hills of Carrickmore.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, very good, Morris.
Okay, the next song, Packy Madden, is sung by Jackie Fox. Packy Madden was written by Father Raymond Murray from Armagh, a priest of the Archdiocese of Armagh, a scholar, a Gaeilgeoir, a human rights activist, author, editor and Gaelic poet, in memory of Packy Madden, Altanea, a club star player in the formative years of the 1930s, and a member of the famous Tyrone team of 1934, who played All-Ireland champions Cavan and the Ulster Championship in the never-to-be-forgotten match at Omagh. Packy's early death was greatly lamented by his family and contemporaries.
Who fears to speak of 32 or I of 34? When the lad who stood for the Lily White was Madden from Carrickmore. Cavalry, all Irelanders had the best of luck that day, for Packy had them on the run and the lion's share of play. His untimely death we still lament, but his exploits will live on, while experts linger.
Okay, the next song on the CD is called County Final Day. It's recited by, it's actually not a song, it's a recitation by Paddy McKiernan. County Final Day was written by Joe Cassidy Kerr from Galway, a journalist for the Observer Group. Carrickmore contested 28 county finals, and Joe's poem captures the atmosphere prior to the big match and the joy.
We're making them big as ever we did, says Mick to his old friend Don. They can catch and kick that leather ball just as well as the ones long gone. Oh, aye indeed, then Don replied, as he watched the team at play. They'll win the cup and they will fill it up on the evening of final day. From Slogans Hills to Craig and Cross, and from the Loch to Berners Glen, all talked of the final just ahead, and allotted to 15 men, who on Sunday battle for the prize of championship once more. They'd bring the county title back again to Carrickmore. That Sunday morn dawned bright and clear as folk they flocked to pray, and after Mass was over, they heard the good priest say, "This is the day the Lord has made for Carmen's football pride. I will not keep you long, my friends, but just a while abide. Let's pray for Priest McGilligan, who many years long past began this club of which we're proud. Long may his memory last. Let's pray for all those players who gave their lives to God. Let's pray for those who brought us fame, now sleeping neath the sod." The congregation crossed themselves and prayed St Colmcille to help the boys bring home the cup across the Tolls Hill, where often it had passed that way and o'er the height of Clar, to welcome at the corner and through the town and square. The throng went home, the players too, but dinners they were light, and the hunger in their stomachs was the hunger for the fight. That soon would come when the whistle blew and the final game began. Such tension filled those stalwart hearts and jagged the nerves of man. "We have won the toss, and no man good," said Mick to cheering Dan. The referee threw in the ball. The final game began. And score by score it added up. At half-time we're ahead. The second half was like the first. We had won it, as we said. So home to Carmen with the spoils, our team did wind its way to celebrate the victory of county final day. Said Mick to Dan, "Our lads were great. The cup's now filled with cheer. So let us toast our victory and hope for the same next year." The memories come flooding as we look back over the years. We hear the songs of victory while eyes are moist with tears. So many heroes played the game and with pride the jersey wore to the glory of all Gildom and their native Charraig Mhór.
Next song is The Block from the Big Rock, sang by Eamon McKeon. The Block from the Big Rock, written by Eamon McKeon Craigan to celebrate Conor Gormley, Carrick Moore's most decorated county player. Among his precious collection, pride of place must be given to his 3 All-Ireland Senior Championship medals.
In Carron there's a man in history who stand among the greats of our Gaelic games. And like all other Gaels, he wins and he fails, but the very best is what he will demand. The only boy in his family, his preferred company, was his hurley and his Gaelic ball. At under 21, for his county and his club, he showed the skills just like his father had. To call him the Block from the Big Rock, but in Carmen Conor Gormley is his name. And when the chips are down, he's the boy you'll want around, a modest man who never yearned for fame. Everybody's dream, but Sam Maguire was the prize they lacked. And though the best had tried, many forwards were denied, 'cause Gormley and the boys they couldn't crack. And on the biggest day, Armagh were made to pay when he threw himself in front of Stevie Mac. They called him the Block from the Big Rock, but in Carmen Conor Gormley is his name. And when the chips are down, he's the boy you want around, a modest man who never yearned for fame. We call him the Block from the Big Rock, but in Carmen Conor Gormley is his name. And when the chips are down, he's the boy you'd want around, a modest man who never yearned for fame. A modest man who never yearned for fame.
Brilliant, Eamon. Well done, brilliant. So our next one is the Handballers song, and it's sang by Mickey McGurk. The Handballers song was written by Rory Grugan, Ahi Ogan, to record the revival of the game of handball in Carrick Mhór. From the time it was played against the old schoolyard wall in the 1920s, culminating in the development of our new handball alley and the subsequent success of our players at national and international levels. After this song, we'll take a wee break.
Come all you young sportsmen, till I tell you a tale. How GA handball did start to prevail from the 1920s against the old schoolyard wall, where many's a tough game was battled out amongst them all. Then
Well done, Roy. Brilliant stuff, and Michael too. We're going to take a short break, a 10-minute break literally, just so people can feel buy the CD and buy tickets for the concert if you wish. And we'll be back in 10 minutes to play the rest of the CD. Thanks very much.
Okay, the next song on this CD is Carmen's Rogue song, sung by John Kerr. Carmen's Rogue, written by Fr Peter Kerr Initiative, Peter Kerr Turuni, Oliver Kerr Turuni, John Kerr Carrickmore and Mary Kerr Initiative, to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of the Rogue Club in 2020. This records the long tradition in our parish of the ancient game, stretching back over a century and a half ago to when Matt Kelly of Burnish Glen fashioned many of the sticks for the game of Carmen, as it was called then. It also records some of the milestones in the last 50 years since the formation of Cumin Aero. Sorry, okay. Mention is made in this song to a man who's no longer with us, but who we remember fondly, a great hurler and sportsman, Damien Casey. I'd like to give a special welcome to his parents, Sean and Susan, tonight, and thank them for accepting our invites.
Oh, the story began where the river doth flow from Aldinia hills, our ancient game grows. With the jaunties of Herbal, McCartan's Godfen, Peter of Grubin, other heroes to sing. From Matt Kelly's Common, Garden Burnish Glen, to the echo of Slither, of Colmcille and men. There's a club and a park for all to behold, in the black and the amber of Carmen's Road. 'Twas right from the kingdom, rekindled the flame, he brought in the herds and the graph for the game. For the cup of Benburb of the story don't know, our warriors did battle for it in a row. Here's to Kelly, Nevesky, and Mickey of the Loch, the coys of the village, partners down like a rock. Raise a glass to the Gribbons, McGurk of the clan, brave Ben of Pomeroy, over care with the plan. From Matt Kelly's Common, Garden Burnish Glen, to the echo of Slither, of Colmcille and men. There's a club and a park for all to behold, in the black and the glory in Ola in the year 98. A rising historic new growth did create. The girls of the village are fields now to sweep, a rich hurling harvest, the killer we reap. Against Pride Dungannon on fierce final day, Arrow brave boys ne'er yielded the sway. Yet Griff Casey the hurler in death we did find, but both clubs together in heart and in mind. From Matt Kelly's Common, Garden Burners stand, to the echo of Slither, of Kildini and Man. There's a club and a park for all to behold, in the black and the amber of Carmen's road. Between two revered Sagart, Park Arrow does lie. James McGilligan, Dean Bryan, as you both rest on high. May your presence go with us when we enter the fray, and our spirit be with you on our final day. From Matt Kelly's Common, Garden Burners men, to the echo of Slither, of Kildini and Man. There's a club and a park for all to behold, in the black and the amber of Carmen's road.
Okay, this next song is about a legend that is Frank Donnelly from Mhór. It's sung by Liam Kelly. Frank Donnelly from Mhór, written by Peggy Kerr Nee Hughes, a Hiogan, teacher in honour of Frank Donnelly, Mhór's greatest ever player, and his phenomenal scoring feats as a player for Mhór, Tyrone, Ulster and Ireland.
Come all ye gales from great Tyrone, you lads from Ulster wide. Dungannon, story town of all, and Trillick's men beside. We all claim masters of the game, their deeds made wondrous lore. But who's the name which merits fame? Frank Donnelly from Carrickmore. From youthful days, his wily ways.
Okay, this next song is called The 43 Men, sung by Claire McCartan. The 43 Men was written by Frank O'Neill from Colmcille to celebrate arguably Carrickmore's most famous championship final victory against Moortown, the county champions of the previous 2 years.
It was in September, I well remember, we left for Carmen for overtime to write a story of fame and glory in our football annals of renown. Though we were Kerry of the outcome wary, it's mighty Moortown from Loughney shore, with Homeside burning, all danger scorning, the red and black that we proudly wore. The ball was thrown like torrents flowing, our forwards boldly swept to the fray, and in a second day victory beckoned. With a golden goal we were on our way. They set the pattern.
was obviously class as well. Right, this next song is Glór an Chairman, sung by Cathal O'Donnelly. Glór an Chairman, written by Cathal O'Donnelly from Sluggan, Mhór Nicara Initiative, and Peter O'Cara Charraig, to highlight the revival of the Irish language in our area. The Irish spoken word almost disappeared in the aftermath of the famine and the immigration which followed, but was kept alive in a few areas, such as Craigan, and by some scholars who treasured the language. Outstanding amongst those was Father Cornelius Short, CC for Termon McGurk, between 1904 and 1918. He promoted the language and culture on every occasion, and it was his wish to have the Irish spoken word restored to our parish. This dream can become a reality as a result of the establishment of the Bunscoil in Carrickmore. It is estimated by the next generation that there will be 350 people in our community fluent in Irish.
Colmcille Godin Vigard Baharmonies na Gailenar Predwinter Linneas Claningel a Hanig and Gaelig's Noel. She and Gaelig are Jangi Hen Cushwar Rogie and ours again. Lochran alas our Ginger Tang Orphan Charman the Rees go trend.
Our next song is Man the Carraig sang by Finbar McPhillips. Man the Carraig written by Ciara Bradley ní Kerr, formerly Carrickmore, Myron Midlead ní Grigan Ahiogan, Elis Gormley Gleninny, and Lynette McShane ní Hughes, formerly from Park Moor Altanya. This song records the growth of ladies football in Carrickmore from the sports days and times past until our club was officially established in 1992, and celebrating the instant impact and glorious successes that followed.
Was an honour of a gale in heroic person's name that we gathered for to face the unicals on a Sunday morn at Mass. Girls with interest were asked to assemble at McGilligan Park to train. From the misty hills of Craigan to the grove of Athenry and rocky slopes that surround old Carrickmore. Let's sing and praise their name, for they kindled here a flame. Hail to Mhór, Naomh Carraig O'Mhór.
Yourselves, I'm getting very psyched up here. I want to don the green, white and gold jersey. Really won't let me. Right, Peter Hughes now is going to recite the year of 1984. Peter Hughes is a lifelong Carmen supporter from a lineage steeped in our club. His father Paddy and uncle Father Peter Hughes were members of the 1949 and 61 championship winning teams. So the year of 1984, recited by Peter Hughes, was written by Monsignor Raymond Murray from Armagh recording the emotive year of 1984, when Mhór, after losing the first 8 league matches, pulled out all the stops to win the last 7 and maintain their club's unique status in Tyrone senior football.
The year of 84. Come listen, you folk of Carmen, while I tell of 84, the finest football contest in the lore of Carraig Mhór. The battle against relegation is the import of my song, and Canis Woods is the hero who brought our boys along. How could a team with 8 defeats return to win the day, after that first game against English and victory for Jim Fay? Not all the work of Bradley nor Daly to the fore could save our team against Old Arboe and Forbes from Loch Ness Show. You've heard of Auchars Donnelly and McKenna of county fame. They brought our players crashing down. We bowed our heads in shame. Our neighbours too from Naomh just added to the plight. And Niall Falloon in the half-back line absorbed our men in flight. No luck for us against the Trillick men. They've always been our bane. Not even the skill of the gallant Monroe could help to win the game. No luck too against Gorchin and Dermore. And likewise with the Moy. The Donaghys defeated us. McElhinney, the golden boy. My blessings forever on Canis Woods. He inspired our men to play. From England to Ireland he travelled to show them a different way. Ahiyarn and Ballygolly were the first to fall at our feet. And the gallant shoremen Moortown did suffer a great defeat. Derry Loughlin supped cups of sorrow, and the referee as well. When you follow football's fortunes, there's a sorry tale to tell. Bradley and Woods and Trainer were the best men at the play, but all the team were splendid and won our praise that day. Cluno are always the first on the field, and often the last to leave. They struggled bravely against Carraig War, the men from Initiative. But Raymond Monroe put in a goal, and McMahon made a save. It was hunger for victory, the pundits say, that made the pair so brave. I want you to raise your glasses now to the men of 84. They took Dungannon Clark's in their stride, with almost a double score. They defeated the great St Enda's in the best game of the year. So, don't talk of relegation. We have nothing to fear.
Martin Rafferty's song, sang by Ciara Fox. Martin Rafferty, written by Emlyn McAleer, Clara Antonio Guerra Rockstown, Craig and Devesky, and tribute to Martin Rafferty, whose untimely death brought such grief to his parents Patsy and Peggy, his siblings, his teammates, the Carraig Mhór community and beyond. His funeral on the 18th of June 2002 attracted the largest concourse of mourners seen at St Colmcille's church in modern times. To quote the famous ballad, "For his club this hero died."
The hills of Craig and Conroe. Amongst the ponds, the family bones, a humble lad did grow. Caring was his nature, and gentle was his style. He loved the crack, was so laid back, and would hit you with his smile. The boy did dream of a football team, I'd play for Carraig Mhór. He'd join the ranks of heroes past, long-witted in folklore. In rain or shine, in muddy fields, he'd trade hard through the dirt. September in Mhór, taking the field against Charraig, the favourites we did stand. Champions again we cheered across Carmen's green lands. The famous old cup was raised and safe in Marty's hands. Now Marty is gone, but his spirit lives on in the hearts of friends and kin. Now together with God, those hands still of blood, each precious charm in win. So remember Martin Rafferty, 24 years old. The proud young man in the number 2 shirt of the cherished green, white and gold. The proud young man in the number 2 shirt of the cherished green, white and gold.
Okay, the next song in the CD is Carmen's 3 in a Row, sang by Maeve Michael Duff. Carmen's 3 in a Row, written by Father Raymond Murray from Armagh to laud Carrickmore's 3 championship final victories in a row, 1977, 78 and 79. In this song, reference is made to our hero of the 1978 county final, Declan Quinn, Gunira Gia Trukra Naomh Usla Gillick. We remember this family tonight, his family tonight, and keep them in our thoughts and prayers these days.
Come all ye bold Tyrone men now and listen to my song. Give heed to the words I have composed, or kindly sing along. Get ready, girls, your garlands and lavish praise bestow on the jubilant boys from Carrickmore who made it 3 in a row. Do you remember the famous team of 1943? Or that 66 beyond compare scored many a victory? But it took the boys of 77, 78 and 79 to clinch the scores and finish up 3 finals in the line.
'95, sang by Pat Fox. '95, written by Monsignor Raymond Murray Armagh, commemorating Carrickmore's 10th senior championship victory and recalling a crucial penalty save by Plunkett McKellen. Plunkett has stood custodian for Carrickmore in 12 county finals, and from 1906 until the present day, 5 generations of his McKellen family have played for Carrickmore.
Oh, 95, I often see you in my dreams, when Carrickmore took home the O'Neill Cup, and thousands cheered to see it back in Carmen. So long we waited for its fond return, It might have stopped with our neighbours' gallant gambollee. It might have gone to Cookstown's Father Ross, and Errigal again fought for it so bravely. We played them thrice to seek our victory.
Paul and Pete here to basically go down to the floor and ask a few of the people that have been involved in the CD, singers, musicians, just to say a few words. Not too long, but to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Oliver. Just to tease a wee bit more out about the making of this CD and all, I'm just going to ask some of the questions of some of the participants. For the fine Shimmy boy. Shimmy, you've been involved in this here project, The Spirit of Carmen, from the very start. Can you tell us a wee bit about the process, what it's meant to you, and how you got on in it?
Well, I suppose Ollie phoned me way back at the start. He said that Fr Peter came to him with an idea about these songs and poems that he'd taken from the Charraig tradition, and would we try and do something with it. So I said, right, well, I'll go and I'll get Tony and Naomh and Connell together and we'll try and meet up with them. We met up and we put it all together. Fr Peter and them sang the songs, and we said, you know, this could work really well. So it just grew legs from there on, you know.
You were Oliver's first point of contact for music, and then you gathered all the musicians together.
Then we all just got together and everybody just looked at it and says, well, aye, it's worth a go.
And it's worked out well, hasn't it?
It's worked out pretty good now, I have to say.
It's worked out very well.
Aye.
Thank you, Shims.
No
Eamon, you wrote the song called about Conor Gormley. Can you give us a wee bit of an insight into your feelings when you were putting that song together?
No, what are you asking there again?
You wrote the song about Conor Gormley down there. Can you give us some of the insights into your feelings when you were putting that song together, or your process?
Well, it was Father Peter asked me to. Well, Oliver gave me a ring first and asked me to get involved, and sure, I was over the moon that he asked me. And then I was trying to arrange a few of the songs for him, and then Father Peter says, maybe you could write one as well, and so I jumped at it and I said, I know the boy I want to write a song about, Conor Gormley, and because I always admired Conor, and you know, he was always just to me, he's always had a special sort of a player and very humble lad, and I knew him from he was a cub because Sean Rosaline used to go down to our house and he'd been playing along with our girls, and they'd been amazed at things he could do at Halloween with an apple hanging from the roof and stuff like that there. But so he, I just put it together basically in one night, and just kind of finished it off in the next few days. But it was a real pleasure for me to just write it and to be involved with somebody of his stature, because I'm a great fan of Gaelic football, always was. Like, and my father before me as well, and played a wee bit myself, but it was a very wee bit. I started playing for Carmen when I was 16. I finished when I was 18. I didn't kick a ball then for Carmen reserves then when I was 31 or something. I missed the music, took all them other years away from me. So though I would have loved to play football, I'd loved to have been good at it, but I wasn't. But I admired people like Conor and all the other guys that played football, and so that's basically it. And I just I thought it was nice for somebody to write a song and recognise you know, somebody like him that's done so much, and there's no one like, I mean, I travelled over a lot of Ireland, even England, and everybody talks about Conor Gormy in the same breath as Peter Kerr and people like that there. So it's nice to know him like that. So it's nice to.
And you read a song that we can dance to.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I just there was one thing I wanted to mention too, because sorry, Peter. When I got Matt involved here, I've known Matt for years, and his uncle Artie produced an album of mine, and I was very privileged to have him on it, and especially Matt, he's an absolutely brilliant musician, you know, and a lot of people wouldn't have heard of Matt, but I can tell you he is. Not only a great musician, but a modest fellow who can get on with people. But a lot of the time I've seen these sort of projects, and especially in the music business, you have an awful lot of egos involved, and people maybe wanting to outdo each other. But I have to say in this case, but I expect nothing different from Carrickmore, I have to say. But there was no egos, everybody was on a level playing field, and they were all just great people to work with, and I think Matt would agree with that as well. You know, and I just thought I'd pay tribute to all the other singers that was on the album. Absolutely brilliant.
Colleen Conway, could you come up here and tell us some of your highlights from throughout your involvement in this project?
Thank you.
So unexpected. Well, just seeing and being a part of the whole process. A number of years ago, Father Kerr requested that I would sing Spirit of Carmen at his brother Oliver Kerr Sr.'s funeral, God rest him. And he sang the song down the phone to me, and it was really an honour to do it, to sing it at that time, and again to sing it now. Father Kerr, I know this is being recorded for you can't be here tonight, but you have brought the spirit of Carmen alive. This project has reignited our pride for our community. It's reminded us of our history, and it's brought so many together. And I've no doubt that it will bring so much joy to all who receive this collection of music, song and poem.
Thank you. Now, Matt, we get to ask you a question. You were asked to become involved in the Spirit of Carmen project. Can you give us an insight into your role, and how was your experience with working with everybody involved here?
Thanks very much, Peter. I'd just like to start just by first saying what an honour it was. I'm just going to read this, I didn't want to stumble over the words, but what an honour it was to be asked by Eamon and Oliver to be part of such a beautifully crafted and curated project, such as the Spirit of Carmen. I think before we go into the nitty-gritty of who did what wrong and when, I think Father Kerr, Oliver, Carrickmore GA, every musician, every singer that was involved should be incredibly proud of what they've managed to bring together. And for me, what was quite a short space of time, I know there was many years of preparation prior to this, but really I spoke to the guys in December. We broke ground in January, and it's completed now. And for the depth of what has been pulled together, that's not an insignificant achievement in 3 months, you know. So I think everybody involved should be incredibly proud. I think the people at Carrickmore as a whole should be incredibly proud of what they've all achieved, in bringing this rich heritage. You kind of feel like I know so many people from listening to these songs probably 200 or 300 times over the past few months, you know. But I think people at Carrickmore should be very proud of the passion that I witnessed every day that I was in the recording studio with the guys, or subsequent if I needed them to come in and maybe re-sing a line or repronounce a word or a townland, or Oliver knows all about that. You get lots of WhatsApp messages. There was never an if or a but or a why. It was, yep, when do you need me? When will I come in? And it was all about getting it right. And I think that's testament, again, yeah, as I say, to the passion that everybody felt and to the pride in the project. And I just want to offer a round of applause for Father Peter, for Oliver, for everybody involved. conversations I had with Eamon and Oliver, it seemed like I didn't really grasp the scope of it, or I struggled a little bit to grasp the scope of it initially. So we went out to Oliver's house, where I was invited out to one of the rehearsals, and I thought it was great the way, you can see it now, Tony was in the corner, and Paddy Cameron was on guitar, and they just started playing songs. And part of what I wanted to try to do was to maintain that informality. I wanted them to feel like they were still just playing the songs around the kitchen table, but pull it together and arrange it in such a way that it would elevate the material while they still felt kind of connected to it. And I don't want to sound like like talking out of my backside, but it was very important to me to keep that kind of that feeling of that they were close to the songs, not take it away from them. I know I've been in situations before in studios where producers are just and taking it completely off the artists and done their own thing with it. And I was privileged enough to sit up in Oliver's house, and was very well looked after for 3 or 4 hours that night, listening to the songs and getting to know the people that maybe I hadn't already met, and wanting to make that work. So then flash forward into the studio, I suppose the primary thing for me was working with people that hadn't been in a recording studio before, and trying to make sure that they were comfortable with the experience, they didn't feel out of place, they felt welcome, they felt valued, and they felt that what they were doing was going to be a very important contribution to the end product. So the first day, I think we went in and everybody was very positive. There was 9 songs, I think the bones of 9 songs in the first day, which is crazy to get that done. Tony, don't think it's Tony here tonight? No. Tony's fingers must have been raw, he was playing solid. And then, the second day we got it done, and the arrangements had been so well looked after that really the rest of the process just took care of itself. Mickey Kerr, Seamus, Connell, Maeve, amazing musicians. You make a suggestion, there's a bit of a conversation, they get it straight away, and I think hopefully when people listen to the CD and see the concert, but particularly when they listen to the CD, that these guys are so good, and it really made my job quite, I wouldn't say easy, but it definitely made it easier, working with such gifted people, but also people that it mattered to them. So I thoroughly enjoyed the last few months. I was talking to Eamon at the start of the night, when it was a fun, it genuinely was fun, and I'm just very, very proud to be associated with it. Hope that answers. I think I answered the question.
Lovely, Matt. Thank you very much, Matt. And I think that night that Matt came to the house, he called Fr Peter out after like 10 minutes, and he says, the musicians, the singers, they're all here. He says, all I have to do now is get them to be the best version of themselves, and I've no doubt when you listen to the CD, you'll realise that he's done that. So thanks so much, Matt. So we're drawn to a close, folks. The last song of the evening is A Picture of Home, sung by Paddy Cameron. A Picture of Home, written by Joseph McGarry, poet and patriot circa 1900, telling the reaction of his mother, who had moved to Philadelphia to be with her family when her husband John died. When she was shown a photograph of her old Craigandivesky homestead, it awakened yearnings in her heart to be back home in Carraig Mhór.
Dear mother, for I have something here. I know it will remind you of a place we both loved dear. A picture of dear old home, I can't believe my eyes. Well, really, if it isn't so, as she droops her head and cries. Now, mother, don't get lonely, or the picture I'll destroy. My darling, I can't help it, you know I can't, my boy. Well, bless my soul, well, there it is, as plain can be. The altar stack beside the house, and the spread and rolling tree. The same old thatch, the same old door, the broken window pane. I wish, though I am happy here, that I were back again, to see the old time friends I knew who loved me there so well, and to hear the lark a-singing and the pealing chapel bell. Of rocks so grey, the dear old mountains brown. Oh yes, please God, another day I'll see the kindly town. I'll see the dear old church again, whereof my prayers I said. I'll kneel down in the graveyard there that holds our sainted dead. In dark Tyrone I'll see once more the castle of O'Neill. I'll see Benburr where old Romain, England's warriors real. Then I'll take a last farewell of dear old Charraig Mhór, and may his church bell ring my knell when my soul to God will soar. And if far away from my native land I should be called away, God grant my soul a passing glimpse of Carraig Mhór, I pray. And may the angels from above strip low that I may see that spot of all the spots on earth that's cherished most by me. That spot of all the spots on earth that's cherished most by me.
Is Patrick still here, is he? Yeah. I just want to thank you all for coming from the club. First of all, I want to thank the club members. Sorry, Patrick, you come up here as well as chair. I want to thank the club members because I'm only one person. There's a real army behind me to support me and having to make this happen. I want to thank Oliver because he's been brilliant to deal with. I don't know how he's found me to deal with, but he's been calm. So I appreciate that. And I want to thank the musicians and artists. From my perspective, that's very emotive to listen to and watch. And I really enjoyed it. And I hope you all did too. From a treasure perspective of the football club, you can buy pre-order the CDs down at the back of the hall, and you can buy tickets for the concert down at the back of the hall. And I'm very honoured to be part of this project, to even be involved in it. Sorry, Patrick.
I just want to basically echo what Mhór has said there, and I'm obviously privileged to be in the same room with so much talent. I was just telling Christina down there, she says that Fimber is a very good singer, and she says it's lucky he's time to sing, I don't. I'm actually the better of the two singers. No, just wait till
give us a song, Paddy.
We'll wait till the night, wait till on the night. No, I just want to finish off by just saying the same, and hopefully we'll get the word out and get a big crowd here for the night of the show. And as I say, that there'll be plenty of tickets on sale, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe if it goes well, now we could get a second night. So we'll just leave it that way, and maybe Ollie wants to finish off here. You finished off. So I'll just round up here, and thanks everybody for coming, and we'll see you on the night. Thanks very much.